There's a moment in every gardener's journey when everything changes, not because of a new fertilizer, a fancy tool, or some expensive solution, but because of a simple technique that rewires how plants grow. If your pepper plants have ever looked tall but unproductive, or healthy but disappointing at harvest time, then what you're about to learn could completely transform your results. This is not theory, it's a field-tested method that taps into how plants naturally respond to stress and survival. And, once you understand it, you'll never grow peppers the same way again. Before we go any further, take a second to support the channel, like this video, share it with a fellow gardener, drop a comment about your pepper growing challenges, and subscribe to Nature's Flora for more deeply practical, no-nonsense growing techniques that actually work. At first glance, cutting the top off a healthy pepper plant feels wrong. Every instinct tells you to let it grow freely. But in reality, that central growing tip is what keeps your plant locked into a single stem structure. Left untouched, the plant prioritizes height over productivity, stretching upward instead of outward. When you remove that top growth point at the right time, when the plant is about 6 inches tall and has developed at least 6 true leaves, you interrupt that dominance. The plant immediately redirects its energy. Dormant nodes below the cut activate, and instead of one stem, you now get multiple branches forming simultaneously. This isn't damage, it's a controlled trigger. You're telling the plant to multiply its production zones. Every new branch becomes its own engine for flowering and fruiting. Instead of relying on a single vertical stem with limited flowering nodes, your plant now spreads its productivity across multiple stems. The increase isn't linear, it compounds. More branches mean more flowers mean more chances for fruit set, and more fruiting sites mean a heavier, more consistent harvest throughout the season. What's often overlooked is how this also improves light distribution. A bushier plant exposes more surface area to sunlight, allowing photosynthesis to happen more efficiently across the entire structure. That translates directly into stronger growth and better fruit development. Topping too early can shock the plant before it has enough energy reserves. Too late, and the plant has already committed to its vertical growth pattern. The sweet spot, around 6 inches tall with 6 true leaves, is where the plant is mature enough to recover quickly, but still flexible enough to reshape. This window is where you get maximum branching with minimal stress. Miss it, and the benefits drop significantly. Right after topping, there's another step that quietly makes a huge difference: removing the lower leaves that touch or nearly touch the soil. This isn't about looks, it's about protection. Leaves in contact with soil act as entry points for disease and pests. By clearing that lower zone, you reduce the risk of fungal infections and improve airflow around the plant. This becomes even more important once your plant starts to thicken with new growth. Air circulation is one of the most underrated factors in plant health. A dense plant without airflow creates humidity pockets where problems thrive. A properly pruned plant stays drier, healthier, and far more productive. Once your plant starts branching, the structure changes fast. What was once a simple upright stem becomes a wide, fruit-bearing system that can easily become top-heavy. Support is no longer optional. Installing stakes, cages, or a trellis early allows the plant to grow into that structure naturally. Waiting too long often results in broken branches or plants collapsing under their own weight. A well-supported plant not only prevents damage, but also keeps fruits off the ground, improves airflow, and makes harvesting easier. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is leaving mature peppers on the plant for too long. While it might seem harmless, it actually sends a signal to the plant that its job is done. Regular harvesting keeps the plant in production mode. Every time you pick a pepper, you're encouraging the plant to produce more flowers and set more fruit. This is especially important with a top plant, where multiple branches are actively producing. Consistency is key. Check your plants every few days during peak season and harvest as soon as peppers reach your preferred stage. It's easy to assume that a bushier plant needs more fertilizer, but this is where many growers go wrong. Too much nitrogen pushes leafy growth at the expense of flowers and fruit. What your plant needs is balance. Steady, moderate nutrition supports both growth and production without tipping the scale too far in one direction. Overfeeding doesn't increase yield, it often reduces it. Topping isn't a one-time action. It sets the foundation, but maintenance keeps the system efficient. As the plant grows, it will produce extra shoots and dense interior growth. Selective pruning keeps light and air moving through the plant. It also ensures that energy is directed toward productive branches rather than overcrowded foliage. This ongoing attention is what separates a good harvest from an exceptional one. What makes early topping so powerful isn't just the increase in yield, it's the control it gives you over how your plant grows. Instead of reacting to whatever the plant does naturally, you're shaping it for maximum productivity from the start. This is the difference between growing plants and managing them. If you apply this technique even to a few plants this season, the results will be clear. Stronger structure, healthier growth, and significantly more peppers, and once you see that difference, going back to untopped plants won't even be a consideration. Stay connected with nature's Flora for more practical techniques that deliver real results. Subscribe, share this with someone who needs better harvests, and keep growing smarter every season.